Number 10, we have from New Japan's Battle in the Valley, we have Mercedes Moné versus Kairi for the IWGP Women's Championship. This match was Mercedes Moné's first match since she left WWE, and this match was a killer start to her post-WWE career, and my god, did her gear look amazing too, coming out in the Hana Kimura gear. It was just beautiful. The match was phenomenal. It was violent. It was technical. It had everything. And it's only gonna get better from here on out in this list. Number 9, we have from New Japan's Destruction in Kobe, we have for the IWGP United States United Kingdom Championship, Yota Tsuji versus Will Ospreay. And spoiler alert, this won't be the only one from Will Ospreay on this list. This match was phenomenal. Tsuji, I think this was his second title match since returning to New Japan. First one was against Sonata. This was the second one, and this was just continuing to showcase how amazing Tsuji is and how big of a star he's gonna be. And Will Ospreay just helped him showcase himself so much. It was brutal. It was back and forth. Both guys have such a great defensive style, or rather, Will Ospreay's defensive style works so well with Tsuji's kind of mix of defensive and offensive. His use of the stomps, his use of the spears. So much of these guys' movesets complement each other so well. And that's only number 9, once again. Number 8, at Impact's Against All Odds for the Impact World Championship, we have Steve Maclin defending against Alex Shelley. This is where Alex Shelley started his Impact World Championship run, which is still going on today, and this match was a beautiful send-off to Maclin's reign and a beautiful beginning to Shelley's. It was a brutal match. It was a very impactful match. Shelley just pulled out all the stops. This might be one of my favorite matches of his, and it's not even a tag team match with Chris Sabin, which is arguably where he shines the most. But this match was just outstanding and continuing why I love Impact so much, because they can pull out stuff like this on a pay-per-view. Alright, number 7, at AEW's Double or Nothing for the AEW World Championship, we have MJF versus Sammy Guevara versus Jack Perry versus Darby Allin in a Fatal 4-Way match. First of all, this is the only multi-man match on this list because it worked the multi-man setup so well, but this match was just phenomenal. Everyone got to showcase himself so well, and I'm not the biggest Jack Perry fan or Sammy Guevara fan, or maybe even Darby Allin fan, but everyone here looked amazing. Everyone got to showcase, everyone got an even amount of time, and MJF believably got to retain his championship. There was enough hope spots from everyone in this match, enough believability that either Sammy, Jack, or Darby could win it, and it was exciting through and through. Number 6, from Impact's Bound for Glory. This is the last Impact listing on this list. We have Mike Bailey versus Will Ospreay at Bound for Glory. This match was phenomenal. Mike Bailey is a star, and I wish more people were able to see his talents. He is one of the reasons to watch Impact Wrestling. And Will Ospreay, you know, he's one of my favorites of the year, if not of all time. These guys just, their styles are similar enough to where they mesh so well, but different enough to where it doesn't feel boring. Okay, next up, a match that would be number 1 on most people's lists, but is number 5 from AEW's Forbidden Door for the IWGP United States Championship, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. That's right, this was only number 5 for me, and there are a few reasons why. Obviously, this match was phenomenal. Ospreay and Kenny just have an amazing chemistry together that every time they meet in the ring, it is fire, it is magical, it is something to behold, and will always be a match of the year contender. But the reason this is not number 1, because it would have been number 1 otherwise, because you know, you had the interference towards the end, which takes away from it, but not too much to where it's not in the top 10. It gives a better win for Ospreay because he was able to overcome that interference. However, it's very reminiscent of like a Roman Reigns match where, okay, here's the spot where the screwdriver is going to come in, here's a spot where there's going to be interference. This match was phenomenal, I say once again, but that one little bit just took away from it just a little bit. And coming out of the Wrestle Kingdom match, we already knew what these guys were capable of before, and I don't feel like the match of Forbidden Door topped that. And that kind of spoils one of the entries on my list, but so that's number 5. Number 4, from AEW's All In. For the AEW World Championship, we have Adam Cole versus MJF. This match was where I started really getting invested in MJF's title. This match at All In was reigniting that interest and reigniting that excitement, because these guys put on a barn burner at All In and made that main event so damn exciting. The finish was beautiful. The aftermath was beautiful. These guys just gave it their all in the ring and made All In such a spectacular event. So number 3, from WrestleMania. This is the only WWE entry on this list. Two entries fell very close, just below the top 10. This is from WrestleMania. For the tag team championships, we have the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This was a beautiful climax to this storyline. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were finally able to take down the Bloodline and get a very deserved win over them. The commentary was electric. The crowd was roaring. Everything about this match was just art. With the story following it or preceding it, it was just made so much better. You felt the emotion between Jay and Sammy, and Jimmy and Sammy, and the vitriol with Kevin Owens towards the Usos. Everything about this match was just pure emotion and was beautiful. Just purely beautiful. At number 2, from Wrestle Kingdom, we have the IWGP United States Championship match between Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. Now, some of you might be wondering, what the hell's number 1 then? If you watch my top 50 wrestlers of 2023, you would know what my number 1 is. But number 2 is Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. This, I think, is the superior match in the feud between them. It was just brutal enough. It was just technical enough. It was just high-flying enough to be a beautiful blend of pro wrestling, more so than their Forbidden Door match. And maybe it's helped with the amazing camera work from New Japan, but also you had the great table spot where Kenny just smashed Ospreay's face through the table, and it was way more brutal and impactful than Ospreay doing it to Kenny at Forbidden Door onto just the commentary banner. This match, I feel like, just worked the brutality better. The beats were better, the pacing was better, and the finish was just so much more deserved, so much a better payoff than Forbidden Door. And this was the showcase where you could see the chemistry that these guys had, and my God, was it a beautiful display. And towards the end too, to add on top of that, and this is something that I wish Forbidden Door had, but you had United Empire at ringside. They didn't interfere, but you had a gorgeous moment just before the finish where Ospreay reaches out for help from the rest of United Empire, and you see that desperation in his face. You see the gripping emotion coming off of him, and it just helps sell the story so much better. These guys are two of the best in the world, and Ospreay, this continues to show how amazing of a pro wrestler he is, how amazing of a storyteller he is, how amazing of just an all-around performer is. Number 1, my undisputed, this was not even close, my undisputed match of the year. From New Japan's Power Struggle for the IWGP United States United Kingdom Championship, Shota Umino versus Will Ospreay. This will probably be the only time that I put Shota Umino on this list, let alone at number 1, because I'm not the biggest fan of his gimmick. I'm not the biggest fan of his walkout, his look, anything about his character, but in ring, he is a monster. He is a beast. He's an incredible storyteller. And with Ospreay, it was just fireworks. It was fireworks. Ospreay brought the best out of Shota Umino. And this is made into a perfect match, especially after watching the promo from the press conference that Ospreay gave. That's my promo of the year. That one promo perfectly explains what the story is, and you still get the story in this match, so you can watch this match without the promo. It was Shota having to prove that he can take up the mantle that Ospreay is going to leave once he leaves New Japan. And you saw the violence ignite in Shota. You saw the moment where he got that ruthlessness. Having Jon Moxley come out and start cheering him on was electrified this match. It helped motivate Shota, and you could see the rise in Shota's character in this match. You saw the character arc. You saw Will Ospreay just having to deal a killing blow to Shota, giving him a fight to fight out of. These two made an outstanding match, potentially one of my favorite matches of all time, and I highly recommend everybody go watch this match, because if you have doubts about Shota Umino, if somehow you have doubts about Will Ospreay, you have to watch this match. It is just a perfect showcase of what storytelling in pro wrestling can be, what storytelling in New Japan can be, and how these two are just incredible talents. So that's my top 10 matches of 2023. Let me know your favorite matches of 2023 down in the comments below, and what you think of all the matches that I listed here. Maybe you've got some that I don't remember or that didn't make the cut for me. Let me know. And I will see you all in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz, and I will see you next time.